500?
500?
Aiden, I'm uploading my 500th video to my YouTube channel today.
Oh, that's cool. Wait, 500?
Did you say 500? Wow.
500? Holy cow, 500?
Oh my goodness, 500? That's insane. Very good job.
500? 500.
Climb down the chimney at the speed of light while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing just you and me. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day.
Hi friends, welcome to Bucket List Homestead. Today is day 10 of Vlogmas, and we're almost halfway through. And it's a very, very special day 10 of Vlogmas, because this video, the one you're watching right now, marks my 500th upload to my YouTube channel. And I just want to take a few seconds. I know I've thanked you all before, but I can never thank you enough as far as I'm concerned. You all choose to watch my videos when there are so many options out there on YouTube that you could be watching. And the fact that that you all take the time out of your days to take the time to watch my videos and give thumbs up and comment and let me know how much you like them, or something I've made has made you say you want to try it, or, because I want you all to know, if I can do these things, if I, Lynn Guitar, can do these things, anybody can do them. I promise you. And I'm really so proud of the fact that so many of you are trying it because you're seeing me do it, because that is why I started this channel. I want you to know, if I can do these things, you can do them. So thank you for watching. It's been 2 years I started my channel. Today is 500 videos. I am very, very proud of myself. It was a really huge leap to jump out of my comfort zone and even start this channel. And I have grown to love it so much. I even love all the work because I'm not afraid of hard work, and I enjoy it. It is hard work, but it's enjoyable, and I just cannot thank you enough. And I have some big plans and some big dreams going into 2024. So let's go. We're gonna go for the next 500, make it 1,000. And yeah, again, thank you so much. So as I said, today is day 10 of Vlogmas, and also day 10 of my 12 Treats of Christmas. And it's not a cookie today. I feel like we've done a lot of cookies because I had to kind of pop some things out of the alignment that I had made my schedule for because of shelf life and unfreezability of some things. So I feel like I got a lot of cookies in there on you. And I'd like to say you're not going to see any more cookies, but that would be a lie, because there's one more cookie with my 12 Treats of Christmas, and then I have a cookie coming out on the 15th of December, part of a collab that I'm in with Ashley over at CNC Farm. So you are going to see 2 more cookies from me possibly over this Vlogmas. You may see more. I don't know. It all depends. So, but it's not a cookie today, and it's something I've actually never made myself before. So we're going to come along and try this together. But it's one of my favorites. It's salted caramel sauce. Like, oh, let's just say it for again. Salted caramel sauce. And I want this for like our apple pie, I'm thinking, for Christmas dinner. And the shelf life on this is 1 month in the refrigerator or 3 months in the freezer. So this is perfect. We'll be eating it in the next couple of weeks, so I'm not worrying about freezing it necessarily. And I'm excited to try it because I love it. I love salted caramel. I love chocolate with salt too. So it's very, very minimal ingredients in this recipe, which is another thing I like. It's 1 cup of granulated sugar, and the recipe says to make sure it's labeled pure cane sugar, which I have. Mine is pure organic cane sugar. 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter that you have at room temperature, cut up into little pieces. A 1/2 cup of heavy cream or whipping cream, depending on where you live. They're both the same thing. It's 35% fat, okay? and that should be at room temperature, and a teaspoon of salt. Now, if you don't want this salted caramel sauce, just reduce your salt, it says, to half a teaspoon, but we want this salted caramel. So we're gonna go over to the stove and start this. Over here in my pot, I have the 1 cup of the sugar, and we are just going to stir constantly on medium heat. So medium's right about there for me. Sugar will form clumps and eventually melt into a thick brown, amber colored liquid as we continue to stir on my stove according to the recipe person, which I will link the recipe down in the description box and in the comments below. It will be a pinned comment. She said it takes about 6 minutes. So I am not gonna sit here and make you watch me stir sugar for 6 minutes. And but we will bring you back, and hopefully in 6 minutes or less, I will see what she's talking about. Because again, I've never made this before. I am about 4 minutes in, and mine is just now starting to melt, and it's starting to clump like it says in the recipe. So I think we're on the right track. Okay, friends, we're 7 minutes in, and it is melting. And wow, this is not for the faint of heart. You might notice I have on a compression glove. I have some mobility issues sometimes because I have neuropathy, and this is killing my hand. I'm sure it's because of all the editing and all the cooking I've been doing the last 10 days. So, yeah, that's what that is if you're wondering. Okay, we have an amber color. Yay! So far so good, I guess. Okay, so now we're going to stir in our 6 tablespoons of butter that we made into smaller pieces. And the recipe says this is normal when you put this in. I'm just going to turn my heat down a bit. The caramel will bubble rapidly when the butter is added. So if you notice it separating, we need to remove it and take it off and whisk it. If that happens, I'm getting out my immersion blender because I don't think my hand could handle whisking for 4 more minutes, it says. So let's hope it doesn't separate. Okay, we seem to be doing okay. Just wait for the rest of that butter to melt. Do we have separation? Okay, you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so that's a half a cup of heavy whipping cream, 35% fat. Okay, so boil for 1 minute, or you can use a candy thermometer, which I'm going to use because this is my first time making this, and we want 220 degrees. You don't have to have a candy thermometer. You can just go by time, 1 minute. But we're going to see how we do. So right now we are at 180, and we are just going to keep whisking. It's been a minute, but we're not at 220. We're at about 205, so I'm just going to let it go a little bit longer. I don't know if I'm supposed to be stirring this, but I feel like it will burn if I don't. I will say it smells amazing. It smells like caramel. Now it is going to, the recipe does say it will be liquid. It will set up and get thicker after it's cooled. And obviously that's when we're going to try it, after it's cooled. We are at 210. It's taking a bit here. We finally reached 220. I removed it off the heat, and I'm adding in my teaspoon of pink Himalayan sea salt. We're going to give it a stir. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, and I'm going to pour it in to one of my favorite mason jars. And I don't think that's gonna be enough. I need another one, I think. Maybe not. Ooh, that's full. I don't wanna. Okay, so we're gonna let this sit and let it set up probably for a good half hour to an hour.
Be sure to hit that thumbs up. And be sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you don't miss any videos.
While we're waiting for the caramel to set up, I just had to do a little rant. So obviously you need the whipping cream, okay? 35% fat. And I wanted to get, so I used to buy a local whipping cream that we have here from the dairy that is in just the town that we go to a lot, that's 20 minutes from us. And I loved it because it was local and it had, you look at the ingredients and it would say ingredients or, you know, cream. That's all it would say. And I loved that. And I've been buying it, not thinking anything of it. And I don't know why, but something made me look at the label a few weeks ago when I went to buy some. And I noticed there seemed to be a lot more writing there. So I looked at it and it had like 6 or 7 ingredients now. Sugar was one of them, dextrose was one of them, a couple of different preservatives were one of them. I should have realized, because the last couple of times I had bought it, I realized the expiration dates were a lot longer on it than they used to be, because that's the one thing about whipping cream is it, you know, does tend to have a shorter shelf life. And I was a little peeved, to say the least, because I don't know how long we've been drinking that, not knowing. So I knew I was gonna have to go back to organic. And this is the brand we found because it's been very hard to find. Friends, I'm almost embarrassed to tell you how much we paid for this, but this little carton, and I bought 2, because if you bought 2, you save $2 whole. And I do need 2 because the treat we're making tomorrow requires a lot of whipping cream. There's your hint for tomorrow's video. And, you know, I love this in my tea too. I stopped using it in my tea and just went to organic half and half because I could not, you know, the local stuff was not as good for me as I thought. And yeah, this cost us $6.99 a piece. So I bought 2 for $12 because it was save $1 off of each one. $12, friends, this cost us. $12. And I had the cheaper store brand of the whipping cream or the heavy cream or the 35% fat cream, whatever you want to call it. I had it in my cart and we started to take 2 steps and I looked at Dave and I just said, I can't buy this. I don't feel right feeding this to the kids. I don't feel right me consuming it. It is full of junk. And he's like, you know what? It's Christmas. We're going to get the organic. So we bought the organic, but wow. Yeah, so there's one little rant. The other rant is the prices of stuff in the last 2 weeks here has gone crazy, ridiculous. And I feel like I say this every couple of months, but it's true. 2 weeks ago, we went to the store, prices were one thing, and we went this weekend and they were totally different. Itty bitty hams, probably about the size of this carton, maybe a little bit smaller maybe, or roughly the same size. They were $18. $18. I wasn't looking for one. I was just curious. I wanted to price them, so I happened to go over and look at them. We would get them off sale. They'd be around $8, you know, a year or so ago, and you get them on sale between $5 and $6. $18. Even if they put them on half price, they're still too much money. They weren't that price a couple weeks ago because Dave and I were going to get one for breakfast and we went with something else, and they weren't that. They weren't that 2 weeks ago. There was a few other things. Turkeys. The frozen turkeys were insane. The cheapest one they had was in the 40s. I think it was like $42 or $44, and it was a small turkey, friends. Small. If I'm going to be paying that much, I might as well get a 15-pound one from our local farmers and get a fresh, unfrozen local turkey, and that has just turkey. Does not have all the ingredients in it that this turkey did. So I don't know how much longer they think we all can take. Like at some point, it has to stop because we can't keep paying more. We just can't. Like it's physically going to stop. And I will tell you, I didn't see a single person buying one of those hams, and they had piles of them. They're going to end up having to clearance some, and even like I said, at 50% off, it's still too much for $9 for one. So okay, that's my rant for the day. bring myself back to a better place. We're gonna let this caramel set up and we'll taste test it. So it's been about a half hour and it's definitely thicker. This is the one that's going in the fridge. I had a little bit left over and we're gonna try it. And I also got another volunteer who agreed to help taste test. So, oh no, that's awful thick. And I can't get it out with my hand. Let me see. Woo, that should not be like this. Oh no, that's supposed to be sauce. That's not sauce. What's this stuff like? That stuff's creamier. So this was the stuff that I kind of scraped out at the bottom of the pot. So I'm thinking it solidified, because the stuff in the jar I'm keeping for a sauce.
Oh, watch your teeth.
Is it chewy? Yeah. I think I made caramels, and it even says that this is not meant for caramel. Candy.
Taste the salt that.
It's sticky. Mmm. Good though.
Yeah.
The recipe specifically says you can't make caramel candies with it, and that is like a caramel candy. I like it. I'm just gonna check. Now I'm a little paranoid. I didn't even use this to taste test anything. Okay. The top's a little crunchy, but did I cook it too long? Oh, there we go. That's what it's supposed to be like. That was what I was expecting. So I'm wondering if I should just stir this up a bit. Okay, friends, if you've made salted caramel sauce, tell me what I did wrong. Is this normal? Will I just have to stir it up? I mean, it's eventually going to go in the refrigerator. Did I cook it too long? I mean, I let it get to the 220 like it said, though it did take forever. My hand's killing me. But that is what I was expecting right there. So, as I'm editing this video, as you can tell, because I am in my area where I edit, my desk, I just wanted to give you an update. We decided to throw that in the microwave and melt it, and it was perfect. It turned melty and pourable. It is delicious. Honestly, putting it in the refrigerator, we would probably warm it up anyway because we want it warm on our dessert. But I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I'm definitely going to try it again because I want it to come out perfect. But I think even if we put it in the refrigerator, we would have to heat it up. I'm wondering if it crystallized a little bit, the small amount. Well, both of them, I did not put lids on them for quite a while, and I don't know if that had anything to do with it, with the air or moisture getting into them, because I know sugar, and especially candy, is very finicky. So that could be it. But I just wanted to let you know it is delicious, and I'll say it worked 80%, and we will try again to get the 100. Well, it's certainly not as smooth. Luckily, this is just going to be for us. I'm not going to have to share this with anybody. It tastes good. But, oh, I'm a little disappointed. Okay, I'm going to let that finish setting up. Maybe it will get better, maybe it won't. But let me know. Did I do something wrong? It's my first time making it. Real life. I'm going to show you the oops and the successes. Gosh, that is like hard as a rock in there. I hope tomorrow goes better. Tomorrow doesn't really involve any cooking. So there's another hint. No cooking and no cookies, I promise. Thanks for stopping by for day 10 of Vlogmas and for coming by on my 500th video. I can't wait for you all to see what I have planned for the next 500. We'll see you tomorrow for day 11.